Hello, everyone. You're listening to Cinema 5000. Hey, it's me. I'm Mallory. I'm back. Podcast is now returned. I haven't seen a lot of movies in recent times, but I'm here. I'm here to talk about what I have seen. I was on vacation, so I was gone for 2 weeks about. I went to New York City, went to the US Open. I went to Camp John Waters, which I've gone to. This is the 5th time I've gone, and next year is the last year, which is heartbreaking. But I will be going back next year, and I partied with cool people. I saw Stephen Dorff. I saw Amy Locane from Crybaby, and if you didn't know, Stephen Dorff is Cecil B. Demented, which is a really fun movie. I think it's hilarious and more relevant now than ever. And yeah, of course, John Waters is there because it's Camp John Waters. He shows up every year. And I just had a blast at that. And that was a long weekend. So after New York, I went there for 4 days. And then I went to Orlando and met up with some friends. And we went to Halloween Horror Nights at Universal. I sadly did not get to go in the Jason haunted house. I really wanted to, but that's okay. I mean, Halloween Horror Nights is just like, it's busy, it's a little chaotic, and I think if I go again, this is my tip, I'm just gonna go later at night, not early when it first starts, because the lines, this was like a trip I was like not in the mood to stand in any line. I don't know, I'm getting too old for lines, but I had fun with my friends anyway, and I got some of the snacks they had. Like, I had a fried carrot cake that was amazing. But yeah, so Halloween Horror Nights, went to Epic Universe, the new park at Universal, and it was okay. Lines were really long all day, and I didn't get to go on that many rides, but I will say the How to Train Your Dragon park, I'm not even like a big fan of those movies or anything. I've only seen the first one. Is really cute, great for kids. I like the roller coaster there, and I like the water ride because I love water rides. And I really love the Monsters Unchained ride with all the classic Universal monsters. So if you're gonna go to Epic, go on those 2 rides. Try not to wait in the lines though forever, because I was quite miserable waiting for the Harry Potter ride. I'm just glad it didn't break down when I was in line, because I knew it was going to be closing early that day, and I was like, well, I'm here, so I might as well go get in the Harry Potter line. And I have some regrets, but I mean, I can say I did it at least. But yeah, Epic is like a newer park, and I will probably not go for a couple more years if I go ever again, because the lines were just so long, and I was like, no, I have no tolerance for lines. But after my friends left, like the following day after Epic, I went to Disney World. I went to Typhoon Lagoon, which I have never been to before, and I like a water ride, so I now can say I love a water park. I had so much fun there, and I just was by myself. And then I went to the Disney Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, and I dressed up like Darth Vader. Not really. I just have like this Darth Vader shirt I got, and I have these little lightsaber earrings because I'm a dweeb. And no, I really like dressing up for Halloween and stuff, and I didn't really have like an idea for a costume, but I knew it was going to be hot and sweaty, so I was like, I need to wear something functional. As far as like, I had like a larger shirt on, so it was like I got some air when I went on rides in my shirt, so it was like it cooled me off. And then from my past experiences of going to this Halloween party at Disney World, I just don't want to wear a wig again. So yeah, but that was like the perfect outfit to wear, because I was able to like go on all the rides I wanted to go on. I went on Tron, I went on Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and I did not get to do the Tron Ares overlay that they have now done on the ride. I missed it by a couple days, unfortunately, but I just love Tron. I love that ride, and I'm excited for the new movie, regardless of how good it is, and Jared Leto, ew. But yeah, I have a lot of fun going to Disney by myself, Disney World, and now, after my vacation, oh boy, Disney, wow, you suck. It's a wonderful coming back to the world after everything that has happened in the last couple weeks. Geez, wow, yeah, but I had a good trip. I didn't get COVID this year because I got COVID last year, and yeah, I've been happy and healthy and back in the swing of real life, and yikes, that's all I'm gonna say. But getting back in the swing of the podcast means talking about movies I watched. So what are we at for the count? So we're at 3,000. No, we're at 5,852 films. I've only got 3 movies to talk to you about on this episode, but the first one we're going to talk about, I actually watched in a plane. I watched it on the way down to Orlando. Delta Airlines has the movie Simply Irresistible from 1999, directed by Mark Tarlov. Now, Simply Irresistible, if you haven't heard of this one, I was very aware of this when it came out. I remember 17 magazine had a feature with Sarah Michelle Gellar, and I pretty much am sure it got 2 thumbs up, at least a thumbs up from Roger Ebert. He was a fan of Simply Irresistible. The tagline goes like this: magic opened up their hearts. Love did the rest. After her mother's death, mediocre chef Amanda Shelton, is having trouble attracting customers to her family's restaurant. While shopping for ingredients, she is given a magical crab by the mysterious Jean O'Reilly. Afterward, Amanda's dishes suddenly become excellent, inducing strong emotional reactions in everyone who eats them. Tom Bartlett, who is preparing to open his own eatery, tries her cooking and falls in love. Sarah Michelle Gellar plays Amanda Shelton. Yes, so Sarah Michelle Gellar, big time. She was hot. She was Buffy. She was in I Know What You Did Last Summer. She was top of the line, big Hollywood star, big TV star at least, teen star. Like I said, 17 magazine, definitely talked about this movie. But this movie was not a big hit, unfortunately. And Sean Patrick Flanery plays Tom, who she falls in love with, and I think he's a bit miscast, unfortunately. Sean Patrick Flanery was, kind of like a heartthrob, sort of like Stephen Dorff in the late 90s. Maybe not as popular, but he was Powder in that movie. He was young Indiana Jones. He was in Boondock Saints. But he was somebody notable at that point, and now he's doing whatever he's doing, and Sarah Michelle Gellar is doing whatever she's doing. But in this movie, they meet. I don't think they have much chemistry, but it's fine. This is very, very, very light, whimsical movie. I mean, it has a magical crab in it. What else can you say? And the crab does not become dinner. It's shot in New York City, so it looks really nice. Her restaurant, though, is only something that can come out of the 90s, and Todd Oldham does all of Sarah Michelle Gellar's costumes, so she looks amazing in the 90s way. There's not a lot to say about this one because it is so light, and the conflict is so not very much. I'm a little disappointed this movie just didn't turn into a full-blown musical, because there's a lightness to it and an airiness that, with all the zany things it's trying to do, people breaking into song would just not be too out of whack for it. But it's not a musical, so it's just this movie that I watched on a plane at this point. Unfortunately, I don't think has much of a legacy. It has a 2.5 on Letterboxd, and only 12,000 people have seen it. But I'm glad I finally watched it, despite not really being that much of a fan of it. So I had to give Simply Irresistible from 1999, directed by Mark Tarlov, 2 stars. Though it does have a notable cast outside of Sarah Michelle Gellar and Sean Patrick Flanery. We've got Dylan Baker, Patricia Clarkson, Betty Buckley, Amanda Peet. Yeah, those are people. They still work today. But yeah, it's just okay. Kind of so. Sarah Michelle Gellar's film career, didn't end here. She did the Scooby-Doo movies, and I can't think of anything she really did. Well, right before she did this one, she was in Scream 2, which is awesome. But this is also the same year as Cruel Intentions. So in some ways, maybe Cruel Intentions was the thing. Cruel Intentions was a big deal. Oh my gosh, when I saw that on video, it was like, oh my god, finally! But, they just don't make movies like this much anymore for whimsy kind of rom-coms like this one. Up next, we're going to talk about Weapons from 2025, directed by Zach Kreger. The tagline is, last night at 2:17 a.m., every child from Mrs. Gandy's class woke up, got out of bed, went downstairs, opened the front door, walked into the dark, and they never came back. When all but one child from the same class mysteriously vanish on the same night at exactly the same time, a community is left questioning who or what is behind their disappearance. This stars Julia Garner, Josh Brolin, Alden Ehrenreich, Austin Abrams, Benedict Wong, and Amy Madigan. Those are the major players in this movie, and it has a structure where we kind of get to know all these different characters on different levels. They kind of get their story, their side of this, but I found that device a bit unsatisfying as it goes along. It would have been, I think, a lot better if it just focused on Julia Garner's character. I found her to be very interesting, and she was doing a lot of work that the script was not necessarily doing. This movie just didn't really work for me. It was like kind of happening in front of me, and I was like, where's the like impactful moments where I really feel something? Because I felt like it just kind of was missing something. It was missing some heft. It was missing like the real, kickers of how we talk about, how shall I say it? What's the best way to say this without spoiling? Maybe situations where people are being abused or suffering and how that affects community. I'll say that. I just really didn't find this to be my bag at all. It just, like I said, it just kind of happened, and it kind of came up with whatever it came up with, and Gladys did whatever she did, and I was like, it's not really working for me. It's not really satisfying. I found the direction to be kind of not really working for me. I don't think Zach Cregger is impressive as a filmmaker, and I didn't like Barbarian. I know people like Barbarian. I do not. A lot of the same problems where it just feels like there's a lot of wasted opportunities to really have something that hits home and hits hard. There's also like, I know this is like kind of going more drama thrillery than horror, and that's fine. That's not really a problem, but I was really not into this one, so I had to give Weapons 2 stars. Like, I don't think this is like a terrible movie. No, it's fine. It's just not, it's not good. It's not satisfying. I was missing a lot here, and I have a couple thoughts also that are a bit more spoilery, and I won't say them because I know this is a newer film and people are probably waiting for this to go on HBO Max. I'm assuming it's going on HBO Max. Yeah, I don't blame you. Maybe this plays better at home, too. No, not for me. I have this problem with newer horror movies where it just feels like the filmmaking is just not up to snuff. Like, it's like there's a lot of promise and, like, concept, but not execution, and it's more the same here. So, yeah, like I said, Weapons, 2025, directed by Zach Cregger, 2 stars, and allegedly we're getting a prequel about Gladys. No. I'm okay. I don't need that. Now, to close out the episode, I did watch Highest to Lowest from 2025, directed by Spike Lee. All money ain't good money. When a Titan music mogul is targeted with a ransom plot, he is jammed up in a life or death moral dilemma. A reinterpretation of Akira Kurosawa's crime thriller, High and Low, now played out on the mean streets of a modern-day New York City. So, Denzel Washington, this is the Denzel show. He plays David King. He is this music mogul who is working on a business deal to get his Stack Records sort of like off the ground again, but there is a ransom put out for a member of his family, and he is at a crossroads. What does he do in this situation? Does he just give the money? I mean, I'm reminded of the Getty kidnapping when it comes to this story and how it's playing out. And I haven't seen High and Low, unfortunately. I will probably see it soon. But I thought this was, I'm not going to spoil here, a way of like Spike Lee really talking about how times have changed and how much, the past is what it is. It is the past in this new age, how like people are moving about society and how entertainment works, and that's all I'm going to say. And he's like airing out these issues and doing it through Denzel, and I think Denzel is so good in this. Like, oh my god, crazy good. I am so in awe of his performance here because he makes it seem so easy. He's just such a natural performer, and there's like levels to his performance, and I've seen some comments here and there about how people were really not taken with the tone of this movie in the beginning. I thought that was all performance. I'm like, oh yeah, this is like this character like really putting on a show, and sure enough, in the latter like third of this movie, it's like we see like this person like really come out of their shell because they're kind of forced to in some ways. And Not gonna spoil, I had a really good time with this one. This was kind of like, in some ways, Spike Lee kind of playing the hits, like kind of just doing his thing. There's a little bit of a break in the film where it kind of like diverts your attention from what's going on that's like really intense to like something else happening in like New York, and it just was like, oh my god, this is like such a thing for him to do, and like to really acknowledge the city and like the different neighborhoods and how, you know, community is, and how you may be living over here but then you go to this other side of the city and there's totally, you know, other things going on, people having a good time while you're like, you know, running around doing whatever. Again, I am trying not to spoil, but alongside Denzel Washington, we have Jeffrey Wright. We also have A$AP Rocky and Ilfenesh Hadera. Yeah, good performances from everybody around. Even Wendell Pierce shows up. Rick Fox, too. Not gonna spoil anybody else, but I had a really good time with this one, even if it feels kind of like Spike's, like, in some respects, just kind of doing what he does, not really reinventing the wheel, and that's okay. This is such a satisfying film for me. Like, there's an ease to it, as much as like this is like about a conflict between people, and I had a really good time with this. I would love if this had a physical release. I could see myself like just putting this movie on like random weekends. There's just something about it, something the way that the like Spike is like doing this movie that I've seen a number of his films. At one point, I really wanted to write my essay when applying to a school. I'm not gonna say I didn't go to film school like as a no. What am I talking about? I went to school in Chicago for 2 years, and the school I ended up applying to and getting into, you didn't really have to write an essay necessarily, but there was another school I wanted to go to, and I thought like, oh, I could write about Spike Lee's movies, and it's like, no, you can't afford to go to that school. Why do that? So at that point, when I was trying to figure out my college life, what I was going to do, I made a point to just like rent a bunch of his movies and just watch them and experience them, and I just find him to be such a like, you know, it's like you watch this movie and you're just like, this is Spike Lee all day, and his blueprint is everywhere in this, and I'm kicking myself in that I have missed seeing like Malcolm X on the big screen a number of times, and that's probably going to be the next Spike Lee movie I see. I enjoy his movies whether they are successful or not, frankly, and I need to like really just watch them all. Gosh, because I haven't seen Malcolm X, like I said. I haven't seen He Got Game. I haven't seen Old Boy, though. I maybe could skip that one. Haven't seen Chirac. Haven't seen School Days. And I haven't seen, like, Four Little Girls and the When the Levees Broke, which I need to watch that one. That's clearly going to be the one that's the hardest to watch, and how do I watch it? I don't know. I'll find it. I'll watch it, and we'll talk about it, because he's just such a, like, he is, like, yeah, one of the best American filmmakers, in my opinion, like, ever, and it's just, his work is, it speaks for itself. If you haven't seen, like, a lot of movies from Spike Lee, do yourself a favor and just start watching his movies, because I just find him to be a great filmmaker. You know, I take the good with the bad, you know, because there's a lot of his work that, you know, deserves a lot of criticism for how he portrays certain things, but, you know, you get what you get, and this, I think, is a good representation of, like, how Spike can just kind of do his thing, and it feels all his own. It's like, this is his movie. Yeah, so Highest to Lowest from 2025, directed by Spike Lee. I gave this one 3.5 stars. Like I said, I just had a really great time watching this one, even though it might feel very conventional, but the just, you know, the things that it's doing, I was having a great time. I briefly had like a moment of like, I could go see this in the theater, because it was playing down the street from the hotel I was staying at in New York City, because it didn't play up here, and I was really sad. I was like, oh, I want to see this in the theater, and I could have seen this in the theater, but when I came back from going to the US Open, because we had like day session tickets, it was just kind of late, and it was kind of like, I think we should just get dinner and hang out, because it was a long day. I couldn't really, like, you know, I couldn't get myself together to go sit in a theater for 2 hours and something. I was just like, no, I think I just need to go back to my hotel room. So I wish I could have seen this in a theater. It would have been really fun. But I I think highest to lowest, like right now, that's like in my tops for the year, but I haven't really been thinking about like best movies I've seen this year, because we're now kind of coming onto that time of year where everybody is like, oh my gosh, best of the year, Oscars this, Oscars that, and I'm just like, I really don't care. Regardless, I think Denzel in this movie is just, I mean, when is Denzel bad? No, never. But I quite enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it, Highest to Lowest is available on Apple TV Plus. I have not seen Denzel in Gladiator 2, and I've heard he's the best thing about that movie. Maybe I need to watch it. I don't know. I will see. But yeah, that's what I've seen for movies. I've only seen 3 movies since vacation at this point. One Battle After Another is coming to theaters, at least by me, this weekend. It is playing in VistaVision down in Boston, and I want to go, but sadly I just do not have the time. The movie is 2 hours and 40 some minutes. If it plays beyond, how do I say it, if it's playing for like a couple weeks down in Boston in VistaVision, I could maybe make it work, but I'm just gonna guess I can't, which is so sad, because I know it's like, you know, the multiple format thing that like PTA is doing, Paul Thomas Anderson, in case you don't know, with talking about the different ways you can see the movie in like 70mm or like in IMAX and such. It's like there's only a couple movie theaters in the entire country showing it in VistaVision, and one of them is like an hour and 20 minutes away. But I'm just too busy. Oh, it's sad. I know it's sad. But I will see the movie in a big screen anyway. I'm excited for it. Everybody I know who has seen it loves it, so I doubt I will dislike it. But then again, PTA, he's not my favorite filmmaker of all time. Despite me loving Boogie Nights, he's made some movies I'm not a fan of. So, that's all I'm going to say. What are other movies I'm going to see? Well, I don't know. I'm busy. If I see One Battle After Another, let's say I see that on a Friday night, what would I see during the weekend? Well, I'll have some time. I could like rent a movie, a digital new release. Like, I don't know what's coming out Friday. I'm so out of the loop on like what the movies are that are on streaming right now. Or I could just like watch some horror movies, because like right now at Regal Cinemas they're doing like the month of classic films, and I know the last movie they're showing at Regal Cinemas on like September 30th is There Will Be Blood, and I can't go. I saw that in the theater when it came out. I saw it twice, but I would love to go see that again in a theater, and I know the PTA fans are going. I think the showing at my local Regal for like the 7 o'clock or so is like almost sold out, but starting October 1st through the entire month of October, Regal's doing a similar thing they did like with September with the classic films. They're doing horror movies like all month long. So I'm hoping I can go see a couple of those. I already know right now an episode a week from now, it's questionable, but I could just do the recap rewatch episode because we're ending September and that's the end of Q3. So there should be an episode next week. We'll talk about it when it happens. I don't know what I'm seeing other than One Battle After Another. We'll find out. Time will tell. The future is bright and clear. I'm busy, but yeah, I am getting back in the swing of watching movies. I promise. I will do it. It's what I need to survive. No. But yeah, like I said at the beginning of the episode, we're at 5,852 films, so that's 148 films until we get to 6,000. It'll happen sometime next year. That's for sure. Anyway, I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm Mallory. This is the episode. It's late. I thank you so much for listening. Cinema5000.com is the website. I put the YouTube uploads on the blog there. Cinema 5000 podcast on YouTube. Cinema 5000 on Bluesky. Yes, I'm on Bluesky. And if you want to send an email, send it to cinema5kpod@gmail.com. And if you want to follow along on YouTube, hit subscribe. Yes, hit subscribe. I know a couple people have, so that's cool. Yeah, alright. I need to go to bed. It is late, but thank you so much for listening. I'll talk to you soon when I talk to you. Oh boy. Okay, bye.